अंशुल तिवारी, वेलकम टू द पॉडकास्ट।
क्या ट्रेंड्स हैं फ्यूचर के जॉब्स के, क्या एंजाइटीज हैं यंग लोगों की, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट 10 years ऑफ जॉब्स दैट नीड टू बी क्रिएटेड, हाउ आर दे डीलिंग विद देयर मेंटल हेल्थ केयर सर्विसेज का क्या हाल है, दे ऑल नीड एंड गोइंग कॉलेज टू कॉलेज अक्रॉस दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी एंड स्टिकिंग अप 10-20 posters in every single campus.
What's your upside of being an entrepreneur? College students want to build such an ecosystem. What advice would you give to them? Can you break it down? How are you making sure that money is coming in?
क्योंकि इम्पैक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट में एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है कि अनलेस एवरीथिंग दैट हैज हैपेंड इन माय लाइफ, एवरी पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट दैट आई हैव डेवलप्ड, एवरी रिलेशनशिप दैट आई हैव कार्व्ड एंड क्रिएटेड, द वे इट हैज शेप्ड अप हैज बीन बिकॉज
Anshul Tiwari, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm also doing well. To start this podcast, give us a quick introduction of yourself.
My name is Anshul. I run Youth Ki Awaaz. That's something I started 16 years ago. I was 17 at that time. And Youth Ki Awaaz is India's largest completely crowdsourced platform that gives young people the space to speak up on issues that they care about. We use technology, we use crowdsourcing, we use community building as a key proponent of social impact. But it's a business, so we're able to sort of dabble between social impact as well as making sure that our social enterprise sustains, scales, grows, creates the kind of impact that it needs to, and enables young people across the country.
Great. Talking about young people of the country, you've built one of the largest community, I think 2 lakh active young citizens. How did it all start? What was that starting idea behind it?
So, see, we have to go really back 2008. This is pre-Twitter. Twitter was not even born at that time. Facebook had just begun entering India. And उस टाइम पर फेसबुक बस बड़ा हो ही रहा था across US and Europe and all of that. India was mostly dominated by social media platforms like Orkut and High5. So this is like that era.
Right.
And the only other outlet that a person had was blogging. Blogging was a very small community that existed at that time.
Correct.
But it was a close-knit, thriving community that was out there. I started my first blog when I was 14. So my brother was studying computer sciences and he had this project to make a website as a part of his course. And he just came up to me and he said, I'll make a website about you.
Right.
As my college project. And, I was very curious. I was very taken aback by the idea, but I was also very surprised and almost curious to know कि इससे क्या होगा. And I remember one thing he said was that once it's on the internet, you are sitting in Noida, but somebody sitting in New York could access it. So that was a big fascination for me. कि मतलब मैं यहाँ बैठे कुछ कर सकता हूँ and somebody else in another corner of the world will be able to access it, right? आजकल हमारे लिए सोचना is very normal, but 16 years ago that was not the case. So I was very fascinated by this idea of blogging. And once my brother made that website, I sort of educated myself on what a blog is, how do you start a blog, and that's how I got started as a blogger. Now, as I was growing up, my parents are people who've always been very invested in the news, कि क्या चल रहा है, क्या है. And जैसे parents हैं typically, they ask kids to read the newspaper and do all of that, and I hated it completely. मतलब मुझे बिल्कुल interest नहीं था कि news में क्या चल रहा है. But I still did it because they were asking me, and one thing that struck me as odd was कि मेरे बारे में, मेरी जनरेशन के बारे में, मुझ जैसे लोगों के बारे में न्यूज़ में कुछ आ ही नहीं रहा था. एंड आई फाउंड दैट वेरी ऑड. आई फाउंड इट वेरी ऑलमोस्ट लाइक कंसर्निंग कि अगर मुझे जानना है कि मुझ जैसे और लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं तो मेरे पास कोई तरीका नहीं है पता करने का. आप जान सकते हैं कि बिजनेसेस क्या सोच रहे हैं, आप जान सकते हैं पॉलिटिशियंस क्या सोच रहे हैं, अमीर लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं, बट उसके बियॉन्ड देयर इज़ नॉट अ लॉट. And I almost felt like this purpose that I have to create this space, I have to do something about it. And that's what led to the creation of Youth Ki Awaaz. So I started Youth Ki Awaaz as a personal blog, youthkiawaaz.blogspot.com. That's literally how it got started.
Right.
But within the first 6 months, I realized that I'm not the only one who feels this way. There are millions of people who feel like they don't know what's happening around them. There is no voice for young people. They feel like they are not represented. तो उनके लिए एक जगह बनाना sort of became a big purpose for me, because one of the things that bothered me a lot was that every teacher, every principal, every politician would say that young people are the future of the country, young people are very important, but उनकी कोई सुनना नहीं चाहता है. And that was a big moment of realization for me कि I'll create the space where that change happens. And that's what led to the creation of Youth Ki Awaaz.
Correct. तो आज जब यूथ की आवाज़ प्लेटफॉर्म पे इतने सारे एक्टिव यूज़र्स हैं, ऐसे कौन कौन से इश्यूज हैं जिनके बारे में वहाँ पे डिस्कशन चल रहा है, एंड हाउ आर यू मेकिंग श्योर दैट द कम्युनिटी इज एंगेज्ड, इम्पैक्ट इज कंटिन्यूसली गेटिंग क्रिएटेड एटसेट्रा?
Yeah. So I think, see, issue point of view, say, as of today, I don't think there is any issue in India that is not being talked about on Youth Ki Awaaz. We have everything that you can think of, from mental health to climate change to the budget that's coming up to, economy of the country, to a lot more: jobs, startups, entrepreneurship. People are sharing their stories, their successes, their failures. People are writing their personal, experiences about various things. So the community has reached a point where we have, more than 500,000 stories on the platform. So if you just do a quick dipstick on any topic, you'll find a story on that on YK. And in most cases, it will be a real story of a person who has a lived experience on that issue, and not just an opinion or a perspective that the person has on that particular issue. So issue ke point of view se YK covers a whole gamut. Now comes the second point about impact that you said, right? So हम लोगों ने, I think when we started, उस समय सबसे बड़ा सवाल जो मेरे सामने लोगों ने रखा था वो यही था कि अरे ये तो ब्लॉग है, इससे क्या इम्पैक्ट निकल के आएगा. एंड मुझे याद है जब YK के अभी 13 साल या 14 साल हुए, तो आई हैड रिटन दिस एनिवर्सरी नोट. आई राइट अ नोट एवरी ईयर, एंड उसका टाइटल मैंने ये लिखा था, व्हाट कैन अ सिंगल ब्लॉग डू? बिकॉज आई रिमेंबर दैट वाज द क्वेश्चन दैट वाज पोज्ड टू मी in 2008 when I was pitching Youth Ki Awaaz to someone. This potential funder, he asked me exactly this: what can a single blog do? It can't do anything. And उस time से I think I had taken it to heart कि ये कैसे, it's not possible.
हाँ जी.
Because the core belief was that if enough people talk about something, a community will form. And if a community forms, then action will happen, change will happen. That was the very simple, basic belief behind building YK. एंड इट टुक अ बिट. 2008 से आई थिंक हम लोग को 3-4 साल लग गए टू प्रूव कि किस तरीके से ये इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है. बट 2011 में हमारी पहली इम्पैक्ट स्टोरी हुई थी, विच वॉज अ बिग इम्पैक्ट स्टोरी. सो वी हैड दिस राइटर ऑन YK, प्रणय. नॉट अ राइटर, ही वॉज अ रीडर ऑन YK, प्रणय. एंड उस टाइम पे 2011 में मिडिल ईस्ट में देयर वाज अ सिविल वॉर गोइंग ऑन अक्रॉस द मिडिल ईस्ट कॉल्ड अरब स्प्रिंग. एंड अरब स्प्रिंग के टाइम पर देयर वर इंडियंस हु वर स्टक अक्रॉस मल्टीपल मिडिल ईस्टर्न कंट्रीज. Pranay's father was stuck in Libya, and there was no rescue operation that was being sent to rescue the Indians who were there. Only stories were coming out कि locals are killing foreigners, and बड़ा मतलब there's a lot of tension, and there was a car bomb that had exploded outside Pranay's father's house. And I remember Pranay wrote to me saying that at night, Pranay used to live in London, and he wrote to me at night saying that my father is stuck in Libya, I don't know what to do. There is no media coverage of this, no journalist I can talk to. What can you help me with? So I was just getting done with college. 2011 मैंने graduate किया था college से. तो I told him कि I don't know, we have like 5,000 readers on YK every month. It's a very small community. But what I can tell you is you can write about it and I can publish it. Overnight, Pranay's blog had gone completely viral. My servers had crashed. Other bloggers were picking it up. It was all over the news. The next day, Pranay's mother was on television. News was covering his story. It had become a mainstream issue. मतलब उसके एक दिन पहले तक बात भी नहीं हो रही थी. एक दिन बाद it was the main issue that everybody was talking about. And the rescue operation that had to be sent 10 days later was sent within 24 hours of that story coming out. And Pranay's father was rescued and 18,000 Indians were rescued. So in that moment, I think I got my strongest belief that things can change. If stories are told authentically, things can change. उसके बाद से there have been hundreds of stories. People talking about how their workplace is not accessible, people dealing with local issues, political issues, cultural issues, and a whole host of things. I remember there was a medical student, who used the YK platform to get electricity to a village that had never seen electricity. For 70 years, they had never seen electricity since independence. He wrote about it on YK, used it to file a court case in the Rajasthan High Court, won that case against the state government, got electricity delivered to the particular village. So we've had stories that often are beyond our own comprehension कि ये कैसे हो गया. But it's the simple belief that if enough people talk about something, a community will form, and if a community comes together, then change can happen.
तो एक प्लेटफॉर्म जो इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करता है इज़ अ वेरी गुड थिंग टू बिल्ड, because there are very less people who are building these kind of ecosystems. But at the same time, it is really challenging. I can see it. And from past 13-14 years, as you were mentioning, आपने full time youth की आवाज़ को दिया है. What were some of those challenges you faced while building Youth Ki Awaaz in the starting phase, and it's a socio tech startup,
Yeah.
right? How are you making sure that money is coming in? You guys are generating money. Your
Yeah.
team is getting the right compensation as well.
So that's a great question because I think impact space में 2 या 3 assumptions हैं लोगों के. पहला assumption ये है कि अगर आप impact based for profit हो, जो कि यूथ की आवाज़ है. We're a private limited company but focused on impact.
Correct.
Which means profit is also important for us. But so is impact. Like it's a fine line to tread, right? So often there's this big question: are you chasing the $1 billion? Are you chasing the billion? To chodo. Are you chasing the 100 million
Correct.
race? Or is impact qualified as enabling a billion people? Because sometimes both don't go hand in hand, especially for a model that is very content and community driven. अगर हम लोग financial services कर रहे होते कि we have to economically empower people who are at the bottom of the pyramid, शायद उस kind in that kind of a model it's still possible. You deploy loans, you basically become a microfinance company, and we've seen companies like Bandhan Bank and so many others, they become multi-billion dollar companies, have had a tremendous amount of impact also.
Right.
But in our industry, the biggest challenge has been that there is no proven revenue model for content based businesses that has scaled beyond a point. So everybody has hit a threshold. If you look globally, one of the most successful writing platforms today is Medium. But Medium has hit a threshold, right? They're at that threshold right now. Substack is about to face the same problem. The one thing that works well for Substack is they have a thriving community that keeps giving as a part of the platform. So they've built core loyalty around the main product. So we very early on figured out that हमारी जो जनता है, जो यंग लोग हैं इंडिया में, उनकी परचेजिंग पावर नहीं है. They don't have disposable income. So we can't be selling them a subscription. We can't be selling them these 10,000 things. थोड़ा बहुत खरीदेंगे, थोड़ा बहुत नहीं खरीदेंगे, प्लेटफॉर्म डाइल्यूट हो जाएगा. उस केस में हम लोग मार्केट प्लेस बन के रह जाएंगे. जो कोर चीज़ है जो चल रही है वाईके पे, वो है लिखना, लोग आके लिख रहे हैं, हज़ारों की तादाद में लिख रहे हैं, वो कहीं ना कहीं डाइल्यूट हो जाएगा. हमारा कोर कॉम्पोनेंट डाइल्यूट हो जाएगा. सो वी फिगर्ड वेरी अर्ली ऑन दैट आर कोर स्ट्रेंथ इज आर कम्युनिटी. So we have to add layers of monetization on top of that community. So essentially what that means in our case is that if you have a thriving community, you can run branded campaigns, you can do a lot, right? But for us, it's really boiled down to public perception data. तो अभी recently हम लोगों ने एक बहुत ही बड़ा announcement किया कि we are building India's first civic data platform. So now what that means is that we have one of the most representative communities of young people in the country. If they start taking surveys that YK has on any topic and any issue, we'll be the first ones to know what people are thinking about anything. Not just Pepsodent versus Colgate, but even bigger things. क्या trends हैं future के jobs के, क्या anxieties हैं young लोगों की, what is the next 10 years of jobs that need to be created, how are they dealing with their mental health, healthcare services का क्या हाल है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, government हो, business हो, NGOs हो, they all need data, and that's something we know very well. So when we started focusing on building the civic data platform, our monetization started happening automatically. Our community rallied around the surveys. They figured कि आवाज उठाना एक चीज है, साथ के साथ हमें डेटा बिल्ड करना भी जरूरी है if we want to see long term impact. And that really is what led to YK becoming a lot more sustainable, and now scaling as well, wanting to launch in multiple languages, even looking at other countries that we could go to, and so on and so forth. So it's really the figuring out of that core aspect कि हमारी community क्या वो चीज कर सकती है जो हमारे लिए cash flow guarantee कर सकता है और उनके लिए impact guarantee कर सकता है. That's really what became the core component of our revenue model and our scale up plan.
And when did it start? या ये starting से ही ऐसा revenue model था या starting में?
So हमने बहुत experiments किए शुरू में, ads भी डाले वेबसाइट पे, बहुत कुछ किया हम लोगों ने, but nothing worked to the degree that this worked. So हम लोगों ने सबसे पहले civic data initiative जो किया था वो था 2014 में, and it was a fairly successful piece. But we also realized we're a little ahead of our time because clients were not ready to try something like that out. डेटा की स्पेस में ना इंडस्ट्री में इनकम्बेंट्स बहुत है. सर्वेज जब होते हैं या फिर कोई भी आप मतलब देखो किसी भी चीज़ को आप पकड़ो, इफ़ यू लुक एट मार्केट रिसर्च, देर आर दीज बिग एज ओल्ड archaic companies that are run on bureaucracy, that are doing the same things over and over again, no new innovation, etc., etc. So we knew in 2014 that at some point in the next 7 to 8 years, this industry will need some degree of disruption. And the biggest disruption that we can do is have a community that is ready to give data whenever we ask. That's the biggest thing that you can achieve, because usme you can actually be fast, you can be agile, you can experiment a lot more. So 2-3 years ago, we knew the time was ripe for us to get into it, and that's when we got into it and started figuring this business model out for us.
Correct, correct. And I got to know that Youth Ki Awaaz is a crowdsourced platform, if
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. Can you break it down? What is a crowdsourced platform? And if today any youngster who is very active on social media talking about issues or want to build something, some startup where impact is getting created through their initiatives, how can they utilize this kind of opportunity?
So, very simply put, crowdsourcing is basically getting people to give you stuff, right? It could be anything. In our case, it's content. Etsy is a crowdsourced platform.
Okay.
You can create a product and you can sell it on Etsy, right? eBay has been the crowdsourced platform of marketplaces since forever, for example. To a very large extent, Amazon is also a crowdsourced platform because any independent seller can use the platform to sell what they have to sell. So essentially, crowdsourcing here means that you are using the intelligence of the crowd to source your core component or your core material or whatever you have to sell, whatever helps you build the business that you want to build. In our case, it's content. So we're a crowdsourced content platform, which means that 100% of the content that gets published on YK is generated by the community that Youth Ki Awaaz has, by the people that are reading or accessing the YK platform. The one thing that I would say is that a lot of entrepreneurs today are, especially when they're raising money very quickly and a lot of money very quickly, the thinking often goes to thinking कि मतलब हम सब कुछ खुद ही कर लेंगे, हम अपना पूरा कंटेंट खुद बना लेंगे, सारा प्रोडक्शन खुद कर लेंगे, सब कुछ विल बी डन एंड टू एंड बाय अस.
Correct.
फॉर सम बिजनेसेस इट मेक्स कंप्लीट सेंस, जहाँ पे आपकी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी है, आपका प्रोसेस इज वेयर योर इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी इज, ऑफ कोर्स इट मेक्स कंप्लीट सेंस. बट फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ बिजनेसेस आई फील लाइक क्राउडसोर्सिंग इज अ वेरी गुड ऑल्टरनेटिव to spending a lot of money on getting simple things like content, getting simple things like reviews, getting simple things like people's feedback on how products should evolve. And I think that's just not happening sufficiently right now. But essentially, core functionality of crowdsourcing is to make your life easier.
Okay.
And to make your impact multifold, right? Even for a company that is not a social enterprise, the impact, the connection with the community can grow so much if they include a crowdsourcing element to their business. It's unbelievable. Matlab, if my community starts, if I'm a banking institution and my community feels, my customer feels they are able to contribute to my growth and hence growing themselves, there's nothing better than building that kind of loyalty. And that's what crowdsourcing really enables you.
Got it. So these community members जो आ रहे हैं और issues के बारे में discussions कर रहे हैं, survey conduct कर रहे हैं, what is their motivation to keep coming on the platform and do these kind of things on the platform?
So that's a great question. So इसके लिए हमें समझना पड़ेगा हमारी ऑडियंस है कौन एक्चुअली. हम लोगों ने रियलाइज़ किया है कि ऑनलाइन कंटेंट क्रिएशन में ना 4-5 तरह की ऑडियंस है. एक है जो इंस्टाग्राम क्रिएटर बनने के लिए एस्पायर करती है, वो ऑब्वियसली हमारी ऑडियंस नहीं है बिकॉज वी आर राइटिंग प्लेटफॉर्म. राइटिंग की डोमेन में देर आर 2 or 3 काइंड ऑफ ऑडियंसेस. एक है जो कि किताबें लिखना चाहती है, जो फिक्शन लिखना चाहती है, एंड देर आर ब्रिलियंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स फॉर देम. प्रतिलिपि इज द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ वेरी सक्सेसफुल फिक्शन राइटिंग प्लेटफॉर्म दैट एग्जिस्ट आउट देयर. एंड देन देर इज अ मोर सीरियस राइटर, अ सीनियर सीरियस राइटर हु वुड गो ऑन अ सबस्टैक और अ मीडियम. बट वॉट दिस डज इज, अगर हम फिक्शन वाला सेगमेंट हटा दें और सिर्फ सीरियस राइटर्स की बात करें, these are just top 2% of the writers that we know because they already have an audience, they are already very good writers, they already know how to articulate themselves, and they know what their core proposition is going to be as a writer. This leaves 98% of people who may not have skill of articulation, who may have never written on the internet, who may not have the confidence कि जब मैं कुछ लिखूंगा या लिखूंगी तो कोई पढ़ेगा, and जिनको उस validation से एक significant confidence boost मिल सकता है. YK exists for that audience essentially. So when a person comes on YK to write, their main motivation is that I have something unique to say and somebody will read me. I am assured that I will get an audience. I will be able to build a community. धीरे धीरे करके as they rise up the ladder on YK, they end up getting followers, they end up getting, we've just introduced reward points on YK, so they end up earning points, they end up participating in more opportunities, coming for our events, and becoming a part of the other things that we're doing, which includes paid opportunities. So we often reach out to our community and say that, hey, we are working with this brand, here's a topic, 100 of you can get paid. If you write on it, go ahead and publish it on YK, right? So we keep bringing up these opportunities for our community where they can get rewarded for the participation that they have. And at some point, when they feel like they have built enough confidence, they may actually graduate to a platform like Substack or Medium, and we don't see that as a problem. We feel like हमारी impact journey में उस इंसान ने हमारे साथ 3 साल 4 साल लगाए, and now they've built confidence enough that they can be on 5 6 platforms, and that's a big win for us, purely from an impact sense, right? So that's basically how our community is looked at. And coming back to your question, what do they get? The biggest thing they get is validation. They get an audience, they get validation, they get feedback, they get confidence boost. They get to understand that I'm not alone. There's a community around me. There are people who care about what I have to say. And at the end of the day, a big chunk of young India is really lacking this confidence. वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम की 2022 रिपोर्ट आई थी, ग्लोबल रिस्क रिपोर्ट. उसमें उन्होंने क्लियरली मेंशन किया था कि इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा थ्रेट व्हेन इट कम्स टू यंग पीपल is disillusionment. And that's an economic threat, because if young people are disillusioned, disillusionment leads to social isolation. मतलब आप अपने आप को सबसे अलग कर देते हो, आपको कॉन्फिडेंस ही बिल्ड नहीं होता है, आप बस मतलब you're just in the rat race, right? And at some point your conviction that I can do more for my country, for my people, for my community just goes down. वो होता है ना जब हम लोग स्कूल में होते हैं, everybody wants to be a change maker, मैं दुनिया बदलूंगा, but then the moment life hits you, you're like I don't care. दुनिया बदल लेगी अपने आप, I'm not gonna do it. So at some point in that critical age group of 18 to 21, 22, you lose your confidence, your belief that you can change the world.
Correct.
YK enters a young person's life at that point to give them that confidence that it's still possible, and we are here for you, and so are many others, and you just have to be on this pathway. So that's how we view our community. That's the kind of validation that our community, we guarantee to our community, and then the community also gives back in many ways.
That's beautiful. Youth Ki Awaaz is a very closed community, I think, for serious people. And then there are social platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. People are creating video content on these platforms as well. Are we also getting onto these platforms to talk about the social issues, or we are making this community more stronger, more closed? What's your take on this?
Yeah, the reality of the world is that you cannot ignore social media. Yes. So you can't, even if we are a closed community, even if we are a platform that you can access only once you log in and things like that, even then, I know everybody knows that a part of a young person's validation comes from social media success, and you cannot ignore that. You can have an opinion about it. I may not agree with it. I may find it very odd, or I may find it disturbing, but it's a reality, and you have to work around it. So social media plays a very big role for YK. We invest a considerable amount of time and effort into figuring out Instagram, figuring out LinkedIn, figuring out a lot of these places. But we don't accord very high success metrics to social media platforms. So what that means is कि हम लोगों ने internally अपने success metrics ऐसे define करे हुए हैं कि हमारा core success metric is हमारे creator का success हमारे platform पे, उसके बाद everything else falls. तो अगर टेम्परली हमारा इंस्टाग्राम इतना अच्छा काम नहीं कर रहा है, या हमारा लिंक्डइन पे इतना इंटरेक्शन नहीं आ रहा है, एज लॉन्ग एज आवर कोर प्लेटफॉर्म द वेबसाइट इज डूइंग वेल, it's not that big an issue for us. If there is a relation between the two, of course, we care deeply about it. But हम लोगों ने उसको इतनी इंपॉर्टेंस अकॉर्ड नहीं करी है कि हम, अब मेटा ने बोला कि आप रील्स करना शुरू कर दो तो हमने रील्स करना शुरू कर दिया, कल वो बोलेंगे आप कुछ और करना शुरू करो तो आपने कुछ और करना शुरू कर दिया. You're basically feeding the beast. And I don't like that idea. Personally, I'm not a big fan of feeding any beast that may pull the rug under your feet any day. And we've dealt with it. Facebook had this massive push for publishers at some point 6 or 7 years ago. I can recall. We invested heavily. We went all out. Our traffic grew insane at that time. मतलब we were over the roof. कि मतलब दिन का 2 million आ रहा है. And we were really happy कि भाई चलो, we figured it out. And then all of a sudden Facebook comes and says our algorithm is changing, and it's changing next week. Right. Now that 2 million went सीधा नीचे to 200,000. So it not only puts you in a very high risk position, it leads to diminishing confidence in your own team कि हम लोगों ने सालों साल मेहनत करी है बिल्ड करने के लिए, अब इससे कुछ निकल के नहीं आ रहा है. The whole world, if you think about इंडिपेंडेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स, आपके पास ट्रैफिक की क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है. आप गूगल का ऑर्गेनिक ट्रैफिक लपेट सकते हो, लेकिन वहां पे अब 10,000 एल्गोरिथम आ गए. ठीक है, तो ऑथेंटिक कंटेंट इज नॉट गुड इनफ एनीमोर. आप फेसबुक के थ्रू क्लिक थ्रू ला सकते हो, वहां पे 10,000 एल्गोरिथम आ गए. दे आर प्रेफरिंग नॉन लिंक बेस्ड नेटिव स्टफ. सेम विद लिंक्डइन. इंस्टाग्राम हैज नो कन्वर्जन. So as an independent platform, you don't have an option. So why invest so much if your core success metric is on your own platform. It just doesn't make sense to me. So we always decided कि हम लोग अपने core platform पे focus करेंगे. हमारा creator हमारे platform पे successful है कि नहीं है वो हमारे लिए ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. And then things will figure out slowly and steadily.
Correct. One more question related to this itself. When we are talking about closed platforms versus open platforms, Facebook, Twitter, सबके पास अपना यूज़र आईडी लॉगिन होता है. तो प्लेटफॉर्म के बारे में अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करना इज नॉट अ चैलेंज. एवरीवन इज यूजिंग इट. यहाँ पे यूथ की आवाज इज स्पेसिफिकली फॉर यंग सिटीजन्स, राइट? कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स, प्रोफेशनल्स हु वांट टू टॉक. हाउ डिड यू स्प्रेड सच एन अवेयरनेस अबाउट दिस प्लेटफॉर्म?
So the biggest, I think the reason why this, I love the question, and I think the reason why this is very interesting is because मैं अक्सर सोचता हूँ कि अगर मैं आज यूथ की आवाज़ शुरू करता तो उसको प्रमोट करना कितना मुश्किल होता. लाइक इट वुड हैव बीन लाइक यू नो आई वुड बी रनिंग पिलर टू पोस्ट टू फिगर इट आउट, एंड इवन देन मे बी थिंग्स वुड नॉट बी वर्किंग आउट. The biggest benefit I had at that time was that people were not as much on social media, right? So I remember printing more than 5,000 posters and going college to college across Delhi University and sticking up 10-20 posters in every single campus in the country, sending it to our writers who are in Chennai, who are in Bhopal, who are somewhere else, and telling them कि आप लगाओ, बस मुझे फोटो खींच के भेज देना कि लगा दिया है. And people would do it. So it was all word of mouth. It was all people discovering कि अच्छा something like this exists, let me go and check it out. Them checking it out, them finding the confidence, and them sticking onto the platform. The second thing that happened was in 2010, so I was studying journalism as a part of my undergrad. And in my first year in 2008, I realized that what I am learning कि लिखते कैसे हैं, बात कैसे करते हैं, आर्टिकुलेट कैसे करते हैं, ये तो बेसिक चीज़ें हैं, सबको anyway पता होनी चाहिए. तो 2009 के एंड में मैंने अपने पहले 2 साल का पूरा जर्नलिज्म करिकुलम जो है उसको एक महीने के फ्री कोर्स में तब्दील करके अपनी वेबसाइट पर डाल दिया. और मैंने बोला कि मी एंड 2 of my classmates are going to teach you, come and sign up for it. When we launched it, we had 2,000 readers a month. We thought कि 20-30 लोग अप्लाई करेंगे, बट 2 लोगों ने अप्लाई किया सिर्फ. So you were like कि यार ये तो फेल हो गया. But we thought it's okay, let's take the 2 people. We took the 2. Next batch we had 4. उसके बाद we had 10. उसके बाद we had 20. एक साल हो गया. 2011 में टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया डिड अ स्टोरी अबाउट आवर इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम, समर इंटर्नशिप्स यू शुड वॉच आउट फॉर. दैट मंथ वी गॉट 1,000 applications. I had no idea what to do with the 1,000 people, but by then we had trained 30-40 people as a part of our training program. So I reached out to them and I said, how do you feel about training people now? You are already trained, you know what the program is, come on board as trainers. 30 people came on board as trainers. Each person took 10 people. We had 300 people writing on YK that month itself. And that's what led to the build-up of the YK community. So it was very, मतलब बहुत ही frugal तरीके से bit by bit, brick by brick YK community को हम लोगों ने build किया है.
Were there days when you thought to give up?
Not really. I mean, I think, see, I think phases होते हैं हर entrepreneur के, right? अगर आपको कोई भी entrepreneur बोलेगा कि उसके कभी ऐसे दिन नहीं थे, वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं. Definitely. They are selling you a dream that will break, that will shatter someday. Right. Every entrepreneur has a day when they feel like छोड़ देता हूँ मैं, let me just give up. I think there are phases in which I divide the entrepreneurial journey. First 30% of your entrepreneurial journey when you're just getting started is high on passion. आपको किसी चीज़ से फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. And if you're young, if you're a teenager who's starting up, आपके पास वैसे ही पैसे नहीं है. Right? So it's not like money is a big driver for you. If you go from 0 to 10,000 a month, that's a big win. So when I remember when I earned my first $5,000 because of YK, I was just over the roof. मुझे लगा 5,000 रुपए कमा लिए मैंने. It's everything for me, right? So your first 20%, 30% of your timeline is just run on passion. After that, when you get market validation, when you get community validation, is when the real tiring work starts, because at that time you have to build processes, you have to build systems, because आपको sustain ही नहीं करना है, आपको scale भी करना है. And scaling without systems and processes is like आप चलते जा रहे हो. It's like running on a treadmill, right? You're not going anywhere. You're at the same place, but it's giving you the illusion that I'm running so fast, I must be getting somewhere, right? At some point you'll get tired. At some point you'll get thrown off the treadmill. So in this middle path, you have to build processes, you have to build systems. It is tiring. It is grunge work that you have to do, and you have to do it as the founder. There is no other alternative. इस मोमेंट में अक्सर लोगों के पास ये थॉट आता है कि यार क्या हो रहा है ये, मुझे तो मेरे दिमाग में था मुझे गूगल जैसा ऑफिस बिल्ड करना है, बट ये क्या हो रहा है, राइट? सो आई फील लाइक दैट्स वन मोमेंट. एंड द थर्ड मोमेंट दैट कम्स in every entrepreneur's journey is when you realize that systems are there, processes are there, but scaling up beyond a point is becoming a challenge. I've faced it. Many other people I know, I speak with, have faced it. At that point is when you start questioning your first 30% wala segment. Ki shit, how was I like that? Why am I not like that anymore? How do I bring that risk taking capability in myself again? How do I become brash and agile as I used to be? And I think that's the second moment in which you feel ki should I give up?
Correct.
But I feel like if you've given so much time, if you've gone through those three phases, it's a passing thought that comes to everyone. But the good thing is it passes. It doesn't stay. It doesn't stay ever. Also because I don't think entrepreneurs have the leisure of sitting and mulling over this thought. आप अभी mull over कर रहे हो, अगले घंटे में आपकी कॉल है, आप किसी क्लाइंट को पिच कर रहे हो, you have to be charged up for it. So it's like you're moving from thought to thought. You don't have the time or the space to mull over it. So you have to get over it. So yes, मैंने बहुत लंबा आंसर दिया,
बट आई थिंक इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड. आपने ब्रेक डाउन बहुत अच्छे से किया, बिकॉज आई कैन रिलेट टू ईच एंड एवरी स्टेज यू मैंशनड. लाइक वी स्टार्ट समथिंग आउट ऑफ पैशन, और तब सबसे ज़्यादा मोटिवेशन होता है उसको करने के लिए.
एकदम.
बट एज यू ग्रो अप द प्रॉब्लम का बिकम्स डिफरेंट, दैट इज ऑफ स्केलिंग एंड keep doing the same thing, keep building the processes. I think that is very important. What's your upside of being an entrepreneur who is creating this kind of social impact in 2024?
That's a tough question. My upside personally, see, I get a lot of validation from the work that we do, right? When I meet our community members and the kind of stories they tell me कि मैंने YK पे लिखा और उससे ये हुआ, sometimes we don't even know कि ये सब हो रहा है. क्योंकि अक्सर क्या होता है कि आपने आके लिख दिया, उससे कुछ इम्पैक्ट हुआ, अब आपने आके वापस हमें बताया नहीं, या फिर वी ओनली डिस्कवर इट मच लेटर. सो देयर इज अ ह्यूज डिग्री ऑफ वैलिडेशन दैट आई गेट फ्रॉम अ लॉट ऑफ दिस, राइट? अभी कुछ टाइम पहले जब हम लोगों ने अपना सिविक डेटा वाला शिफ्ट किया, उस टाइम पे वी थॉट कि व्हाट इफ वी डी प्रायोरिटाइज आवर राइटिंग प्लेटफॉर्म एंड वी प्रायोरिटाइज द डेटा पीस. What happened was our community spoke to us, and that was another moment of big validation. They came to us and they said ki are like we see it differently. So okay, you can make this shift, but take into account what we've been doing on the platform. So our product development, the way the tech team was thinking, the way the community team was thinking, all of it had to shift quite drastically. So I think for me the biggest upside is the fact that we have a community that speaks to us, that is loyal to the brand, that wants and expects something from us. And I think as long as our community expects something from us, the core validation कि हमें ये काम करते रहना है, that is going to be there consistently, right? I think we can keep changing how we do it. We can keep changing what the outcome is. We can keep changing what the business model is, how we look at scale. Is it deep? Is it wide? All of that. But I think as long as your community is intact, everything is working fine for you. That's basically the biggest upside that I find doing what I do.
Correct. In 2024, if any college student, school student want to build such an ecosystem, what advice would you give to them? The practical advices. Maybe you can talk about the challenges which they will face, or maybe they'll feel a self-doubt kind of phase. So what would be your take on this?
See, specifically community building के around, na? Like if you had to build a community ecosystem based,
and then earn from it as well
Yeah.
at some point of time, because अगर आप ये partially कर रहे होगे तो उतना impact नहीं create हो पाएगा.
एकदम
You have to do it full time.
Yeah.
So how can they generate money out of this and then keep doing that same thing which they should do?
Yeah. See, I think it's tough because in 2024 there is no dearth of communities. There is no dearth of opportunities, right? So I think first and most important thing that anybody who's building a community needs to figure out is कि आपकी community का unique proposition क्या है, वो simple है कि नहीं है, वो इंसान सुबह उठ के अगर उसे करना हो बिना effort किए तो वो कर सकता है कि नहीं कर सकता है, and is it so simple that it can integrate with their day-to-day life? If it's not, then you need to think, and it's okay if it's not, it's fine. But then the question is, how much can you scale? Because if it's very simple, you can scale a lot. If it's very complex, maybe your community is tight-knit and it's focused on a couple of things, right? I came across recently this brilliant community called GrowthX, which is for entrepreneurs who are at a certain stage. Very small, very tight, close-knit community, high revenue opportunity and high possibility of earning, because आपने आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया कि मेरा आइडियल एंटरप्रेन्योर वो है, मेरा आइडियल मेंबर वो है जो अपनी जर्नी में एग्जैक्टली इस जगह पे अटका है जहां पे आके सारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स अटकते हैं कभी ना कभी, राइट? So I may not have a massive community, but I have a very invested community. They'll be willing to pay, they'll be willing to spend time, and they'll be willing to make it a part of their life. So either go niche and figure that out, or if you're going too broad based, figure out the simplicity of it, right? And think about how you can integrate in a person's life. The other thing to know is that communities essentially run on trust.
Yes.
Right? It's all trust based. आपकी कोर करेंसी ट्रस्ट है, तो आप उस ट्रस्ट को किस तरीके से रीइंफोर्स कर सकते हो, दैट नीड्स टू बी अ कोर कंपोनेंट ऑफ योर वर्क. अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल व्हाट दे डू इज व्हेन दे गो इनटू कम्युनिटी बिल्डिंग, इन 0 to 1000 द फाउंडर्स और द पीपल आर वेरी इन्वेस्टेड. हम 1000 तक पहुंच गए, 1000 से 10,000 में उनका इन्वेस्टमेंट थोड़ा सा कम हो जाता है कि ठीक है अब ग्रो हो रहा है, यू नो वील फिगर इट आउट. 10,000 से 1 लाख में उनका इन्वेस्टमेंट और कम हो जाता है, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली आपके प्रोसेसेस बढ़ रहे हैं, एंड वो हमेशा होगा. एज अ फाउंडर यू विल नॉट हैव टाइम टू इन्वेस्ट consistently in your community, but as the founder you have to ensure that the processes of community building are based on the same principles that you started when you went from 0 to 1000. वो बहुत जरूरी, because trust वहीं से आता है, सारा trust वहीं से आता है. If you look at any successful community, every level of trust comes basically from that understanding कि, you know, ये this is the person, this is the kind of, you know, model, this is the kind of community that I want to be a part of. There is an aspirational value, which is the second most important thing apart from trust, that every community has an aspirational value. अभी बैंगलोर में एक community शुरू हुई कबन रीड्स करके. वो लोग हर which is started by Harsh, who started your quote. What Kaban Reads does is हर वीकेंड पे आते हैं, शांति में बैठते हैं, किताबें पढ़ते हैं और कुछ नहीं करते हैं. Simple, very easy to integrate in your life. If you're a reader, you want to be a part. Community reading is very, you know, up and coming. Kaban Reads की वजह से Delhi Reads शुरू हो गया, अब कोलकाता Reads शुरू हो गया है, and it's like, you know, expanding across the country, because it's very simple. The ask is very simple. The basic aspirational value there is कि if I become a part of this community and I'm showing up every single weekend and I'm finishing a book every single weekend, मैंने 52 किताबें खत्म कर दी एक साल में, right? That's aspirational for a lot of people in the reading community. You'll see like Instagram, Facebook वगैरह पे होता है कि आपने कितनी, end of the year people make their lists कि मैंने ये किताब. So it's an aspirational thing for the community, right? And it's simple enough to want to integrate. There is trust that other people are readers, so they must be like me, they must think like me. हम मुझे कुछ नया सीखने को मिलेगा, मुझे कुछ नया करने को मिलेगा. There is value in becoming a part of that community. So I feel like a person who's building an ecosystem or a community today has to keep these core fundamentals at the core of their mind and heart, and then give it a shot. Because, you know, there'll be pitfalls, and no community is built on 100% success. Every community has pitfalls. I remember seeing this video on Instagram recently where, you know, there was a conversation about कि कौन सा कोर्स जो है वो सबसे ट्रस्टेड होता है, उसका रेटिंग क्या होनी चाहिए. 5/5 इज द मोस्ट ट्रस्टेड और 3/5 इज द मोस्ट ट्रस्टेड, राइट? एंड दिस वाज बीइंग टॉक्ड अबाउट इन केस ऑफ रेस्टोरेंट्स कि आप कहीं खाना खाने जाते हो, आपको ऑथेंटिक कॉफी चाहिए, you should look for a 3/5 restaurant. The reason why that's the case is because if it's a 3/5 place, people will most likely have said food is amazing but XYZ was bad. Food is great but ABC was problematic, right? So I feel like 5/5 is great, you know, brilliant place to be at, but think of what you can do to be between the 3 to 5 wala segment, right? It's okay to be at 3, it's great to be at 5, but don't kill yourself in the community building process कि मतलब आप बस किला फतेह करे जा रहे हो एक के बाद एक और आपकी कम्युनिटी कंफ्यूज होती जा रही है कि क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या चाहिए, क्या, you know, core component क्या है. तो simplicity, trust, having a little bit of an aspirational value, making sure that, you know, it's built on the ethos of essential core value creation is, I think, a good enough place to start from.
Correct. Anshul, I can recall one incident from my journey as well. So while I was in college, I used to teach these kids in remote areas of Delhi, आसपास के, where they could not afford to go to government schools, even their parents were not sending them, and then उनके पास जगह भी नहीं थी पढ़ने के लिए बिकॉज वो फ्लड प्रोन एरियाज में रहते थे. तो आई यूज टू टीच देम अंडर अ फ्लाईओवर विद वन ऑफ माई फेलो फ्रेंड और टीचर, यू वुड से. उस टाइम पे मेरे को ना एक आइडिया आया था कि क्यों ना मैं इनके लिए ना मूवेबल स्कूल बना दूँ. और उसके लिए मैंने ना फंड्स रेज करने का ट्राई किया था. देयर वाज अ प्लेटफॉर्म कॉल्ड मिलअप. तो मैंने वहाँ पे फंड रेज करने का ट्राई किया था, बट वो फंड उतना रेज नहीं हो पाया जितना मैं बेस्ट कर सकता था मैंने बस उतना ही किया, और इट इंक्लूडेड कि भाई एक फ्लाईओवर से दूसरे फ्लाईओवर का भी हमने
हाँ।
थोड़ा सा अप्रूवल ले लिया,
हम्म।
फिर एक दूसरी जगह शिफ्ट करके। पर मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि यार ऐसे बहुत सारे एरियाज होंगे जहाँ पे ये प्रॉब्लम होगी,
बिल्कुल।
और अगर मेरा स्कूल ही मूव करके कहीं चला जाए
हाँ।
तो दैट विल सॉल्व अ प्रॉब्लम।
हम्म।
आई कुड नॉट रेज मनी फॉर दैट। टुडे सिंस यू हैव बिल्ड दिस सिस्टम एंड यू नो बेटर देन मी, अगर कोई सोशल इम्पैक्ट ड्रिवन चीजें कर रहा है
हाँ।
जिसपे लेट्स से कि इन्वेस्टमेंट लेना टफ है,
हाँ।
इफ यू आर गेटिंग,
हाँ। हाँ।
है ना, तो ऐसे कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं जहाँ पे वो रीच आउट कर सकते हैं,
हम्म।
जिससे उनको लेट्स से वो बेसिक फंड मिल जाए जिससे वो स्टार्ट कर सके, सो दैट द एजेंडा ऑफ आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन इज कि अगर कोई ऐसा कर रहा है,
हाँ।
हाउ शुड दे अप्रोच द इन्वेस्टमेंट पार्ट ऑफ इट,
Yeah.
बिकॉज पैसा तो लगने ही वाला है
बिल्कुल।
काम करने के लिए।
बिल्कुल।
सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
एब्सोल्युटली। सो आई थिंक मतलब मेरी जर्नी में ऐसे ना 2 पॉइंट्स आए थे वेयर आई थॉट कि YK इज़ नॉट एन इन्वेस्टेबल बिजनेस। मुझे
हाँ।
ऐसा लगने लगा था, क्योंकि आई रिमेंबर गोइंग फॉर सो मेनी कॉन्फ्रेंसेज, ये टाई की कॉन्फ्रेंस पे जा रहा हूँ, उसकी कॉन्फ्रेंस पे जा रहा हूँ, एंड आई वुड मीट इन्वेस्टर्स, एंड उस टाइम पे ई-कॉमर्स वाज द बिग थिंग, फ्लिपकार्ट वाज कमिंग अबाउट, so nobody wanted to see content, nobody wanted to figure out content tech, etc. So what my learning at that time was that at the end of the day, businesses, one of the most important thing for a business is to figure out आपका cash flow कहाँ से आने वाला है. So investment is great, and I'm a big believer that every entrepreneur should give it a shot, but before you give it a shot, make sure that you have some clarity on where your cash flow is going to come from. Because I feel like cash flow based businesses are able to survive longer because there is surety, there is foresight, industry trends keep changing. आपको फोमो होगा कि यार मेरे पास इन्वेस्टमेंट का पैसा नहीं है, मेरा कंपेटिटर ये 10,000 चीजें कर रहे हैं, भाई वो कंसोलिडेट हो जाएगा किसी दिन, तुम अकेले बचोगे अपनी इंडस्ट्री में, राइट? सो आई फील लाइक कैश फ्लो बेस्ड बिजनेसेस, देयर इज अ लेगेसी ऑफ देम सर्वाइविंग मच लॉन्गर. In most cases, even companies that raise a lot of money, if they have cash flow, they become even bigger. So I feel every entrepreneur should spend time to figure out what's the core cash flow component in your business. Now coming to investment, in 2015 we raised our first investment round, and we got very lucky because we found phenomenal investors, and it was a chance. I had given up. मैंने सोच लिया था कि investment तो raise करना ही नहीं है. I entered a meeting and I had no idea that they're going to pitch it to us. So it just came as a surprise. They pitched it to us. They gave us a good valuation. We said कि चलो ठीक है कर लेते हैं, right? हमने उसके बाद से पैसा रेज नहीं किया एक बार भी. If you look at startups, most founder CEOs are in this constant hustle. आपने अभी 4 करोड़ की, आपको 40 करने हैं, फिर आपको 400 करने हैं, and so on and so forth, right? I feel like for me that was never the goal, because investment raise करना is not a marker of success. Investment raise करना is in fact a burden on you, because आपको investment मिला है मतलब आपको और जम के काम करना है, right? So don't think of investment raise करना कि आप हीरो बन गए हो, जो कि थोड़ा हमारी इंडस्ट्री ने ना ऐसे कर दिया है, like shiny object problem है इसको, it's like a shiny object problem कि there is a shiny object, it looks great, it feels amazing, but when you go too close to it, it's the sun and it burns you, right? It's sort of like that. Correct. So I feel like that's the other thing that entrepreneurs need to know. Now coming to your core question कि investment कैसे raise किया जाए, क्या किया जाए investment के लिए impact space में. The best thing about the impact space right now is that world over, mainstream investment firms and philanthropists, high net worth individuals, they're all realizing कि impact में पैसा डालना जरूरी है, right? So appetite for impact investment when I started versus today is 20-30 times more. You have way more impact investors at every single scale. Upaya Social Ventures, Avishkar, Asha Impact, Omidyar, like मतलब Lightspeed does impact investments, Bloom is doing impact investments, Fireside is doing impact investments. मतलब सब लोग कहीं ना कहीं have realized that impact is a core component of business. The reason why this has happened is because now Gen Z wants sustainable businesses. Gen Z wants businesses to be better. They want them to be a certain kind of, a certain set of values. But here's the way to view it, the way I see it. If you go for traditional investors who are looking at impact, for them, the fact that you are creating impact is good enough to get you in the door, but not good enough to get you the investment, because they will still look at 10x, 100x, right? So any business that is creating impact that has a 100x revenue model, go for a traditional investor, tell them that you're creating impact, but can also deliver on the profit, be sure of it, and hopefully you will raise money. If you're not in the 10x, 100x business, which means that maybe you'll get there, but slower, look specifically for impact investors and look specifically for high net worth individuals who are philanthropic in nature, and ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं who are coming up, right? You'll find a ton of them who are out there. Try and make pitches to them. Try and raise small money, $50,000, $100,000. Start with capital like that. Do a couple of experiments and see what revenue scale you're able to achieve using that, and then go for a bigger fund or go for a bigger investment, right? Third is, a lot of grant opportunities are coming up for entrepreneurs. Abhi Nikhil Kamath has started the 20 lakh wala grant, which is a no questions asked grant. If you raise money in the future, then it converts. That's basically the deal that they're working on. But he's not the only one. There are people who've been doing it since forever. कि आप contract ले लो हमसे, unconditional contract ले लो, do these three things for us, use the 70% of your money to grow the business, right? So go out there, attend a lot of these impact conferences. Don't spend too much time doing the conference business, but be out there because it's very important. Use platforms like LinkedIn to talk about your business, to position yourself out there. I have personally noticed कि LinkedIn पे regular होने से business आ जाता है.
Correct.
So just do that, because if you're able to get to that point जहाँ पे आप महीने का $10,000 खुद ही कमा सकते हो, and you're a prudent, financially prudent business owner, then you can have profit in the first year itself, and you can use it to fuel your growth as well. अगर impact investment आपको नहीं भी मिल रहा है, क्योंकि impact investment में एक बहुत बड़ा challenge है कि unless, and अभी दुनिया इस तरफ क्या move कर रही है कि climate में आप काम कर रहे हो, but investment जा रहा है climate tech पे, right? आप शायद कोर कम्युनिटीज, फिशिंग कम्युनिटीज को इकोनॉमिकली एम्पावर कर रहे हो कि भाई क्लाइमेट चेंज इज गोइंग टू टेक अवे योर jobs, your livelihood. I will build the economic model for you. But there's no tech, there's no AI. You may not get the investment. But doesn't mean your work is not important, right? So you will have to figure out कि आप कौन से segment में fall कर रहे हो, कौन आपका investor है, क्या model आपके लिए सही बैठेगा, and where and who should you be talking to. Another thing that I have realized and I have done myself is set up an advisory board. People who believe in you but can be critical about your work also. Set up an advisory board, people who will be willing to draw up contacts, connections, all of that, जो introductions करने से कतराएंगे नहीं, who don't expect equity in return, are willing to just help. Set up a basic 2-3 people advisory board and do quarterly meetings religiously कि यहाँ पे अभी हमें ये challenge है, इतना पैसा deficit है या हमें इतना पैसा raise करना है, what do you think we can do? External perspective helps a lot in impact businesses. So I feel like doing these couple of things, having a little bit of perspective कि industry में क्या चल रहा है, कौन लोग हैं, who are the movers and shakers, looking at money trail, all of that really helps in this case.
I think this is very important suggestion which you've given. The advisory board, I really liked it because जब हम start कर रहे होते हैं network की ही कमी होती है. हमें तो अपने एज ग्रुप वाले लोगों का ही पता होता है, बट वो लोग जिन्होंने कुछ किया है, जिनके पास कनेक्शंस हैं, अगर उनका एक्सेस मिल जाए तो वो जर्नी फास्टर हो जाती है.
एकदम एक आइडिया that I have been toying with for a while, which is like a free idea anybody can do. Anybody who goes to a big college, IIT Delhi हो गया, IIM Ahmedabad हो गया, they walk out with an alumni network.
Correct.
So they have a fallback. Anybody who goes to a small college doesn't have an alumni network, right?
Yes.
There is an opportunity to build something which sort of is like an alumni network of everybody who's come from a small college, has succeeded in life. Because जिस कॉलेज से मैं आता हूँ दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में, वो टॉप रैंकिंग कॉलेज नहीं है, अपने जर्नलिज्म में है बट ओवरऑल नहीं है. अब मेरा जो इमोशन है व्हेन आई हियर समबडी कि मैं छोटे कॉलेज से आया हूँ और मैं ट्राई, इट्स मच हायर. आई बी विलिंग टू गो एन एक्स्ट्रा माइल फॉर दैट पर्सन एज अपोज टू समबडी हु विल कम टू मी एंड से दैट मैंने 100K ऑलरेडी रेज कर लिया है, मेरे पास ऑलरेडी एक बोर्ड है, मेरे पास ऑलरेडी ये है, अब मैं क्या करूँ. I would feel कि ठीक है, I can tell you, but you already have people. So I feel like there is an opportunity there to create even more impact, to facilitate social entrepreneurs who come from lived experiences of those problems. And I feel like वहाँ पे कुछ किया जा सकता है, maybe कभी फ्यूचर में
I think it is
कुछ बिल्ड किया जा सकता है.
Very interesting idea, I'm sure.
रेवेन्यू कैसे कमाएंगे मुझे?
एक्सेस का सब्सक्रिप्शन ही देना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
So one of my last question is कि how entrepreneurship has shaped you personally? What things you've seen within yourself when you were going through this journey? जो आज लगता है कि यार अगर entrepreneurship experience नहीं होता तो शायद मैं ऐसा नहीं होता.
I think, see, I started when I was 17.
हाँ.
Everything that has happened in my life after that, मतलब स्कूल में मैंने शुरू कर दिया था. 12th में था मैं उस समय, बोर्ड एग्जाम के जस्ट पहले, ठीक है. तो everything that has happened in my life, every personality trait that I have developed, every relationship that I have carved and created, the way it has shaped up has been because I became an entrepreneur. It's the biggest contributor to the way I am as a person, the ability to listen, to take criticism, to appreciate, to value relationships, to know कि आपको किस चीज़ में कितना इन्वेस्ट करना है, कहाँ कितना टाइम देना है, to understand कि आपकी limitations क्या हैं. I think most entrepreneurs hide it कि I am sorted. Even in their head, they are like shit. अभी मुझे prepare करना है अपना business model 5 साल का, पता नहीं revenue कैसे आएगा. But I feel like it's okay to say that you're not sorted because that's a part of your journey, right? So I
Yes.
feel like being more authentic to yourself, all of that is something that building Youth Ki Awaaz has taught me. And I feel like if I would have built a different kind of a startup, maybe I would have been a different kind of a person. But just the fact that my community speaks truth to me, they come and speak truth on the platform, has also made me a different kind of a person today. So I attribute like I would say 90% of my personality after the age of 17 to building YK. Before the age of 17 to obviously my parents and the kind of family that I've had, which has been very encouraging. And I feel lucky कि मतलब most parents today when they hear startup, they are like अभी भी they are like कि अच्छा ठीक है,
हाँ,
think about it.
right.
My parents were never like that. They thought कि ठीक है, if you want to go for it, go for it.
Hmm.
So I feel like everything I have done after YK has sort of been what has built my personality the way it is today.
What are some of the next initiatives for which you are very excited at YK?
So I think there are 2 or 3 things that we are very, very kicked about. One is that we've realized that writing is a very empowering skill. We're about to launch a writing school, so that's coming out very soon. This is the first time I'm putting it out there in public, but it's like we're almost there, so I can say it. So that's something that's very big for us. हम लोगों ने अभी पब्लिक पोलिंग शुरू करी है, अब हम उसको 13 लैंग्वेजेस में लॉन्च करने वाले हैं. That's something I'm very excited about. There is a possibility of us transforming YK and launching it in other countries, other communities. That's something I'm kicked about. So I think my plate is already like overflowing right now, but that's all of that is something that I'm very, very kicked about right now.
Great. My best wishes are with
Thank you.
and with YK.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anshul. It was a very nice conversation.
Thank you. I loved it, and thank you so much for having me as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.